All right, Big Bang, welcome to Mid Show. Our beer sponsor is Miller Lite. You guys should all go out there and grab some Miller Lite. Since the dawn of mankind and debated the best way to grill, one thing that's not up for debate is grilling and beer always go together. Not just any beer will do. You need the great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. So whether it's Wednesday burgers and dogs or you're smoking that brisket overnight, make sure you have a Miller in your right hand or your left hand, whichever you prefer. It's the best way to go.
It's hard to decide. I think I'm a beer left, spatula right.
Oh,
flipping around.
What's the best way to turn a burger, Danny?
Quarterly?
No, with a spatula or with a knife or.
It's got to be a spatula, right?
Is it? Okay.
Is there another method?
All right. Regardless,
this guy's gonna win a cooking contest because Davey doesn't know how to flip a burger.
You're asking me how to flip a burger?
Oh, he doesn't know how to flip a burger. He still thinks you flip it with a fork.
You didn't see what I was doing there.
I didn't.
Whatever.
You were trying to get me to talk about the time Dave used. Was it a knife?
Thank you.
It wasn't a knife. It was tongs.
Tongs.
Regardless, all that
That is
matters
better than
is
a
that
spatula.
you have Miller Lite in your hand. Grilling doesn't just taste great; it tastes like Miller time. So get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Visit MillerLite.com/midshow, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Just make sure you celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. Welcome to the show. Chris Bader is joining us, local Chicago comedian, who just canceled our show on Thursday. So, welcome in, Chris.
Hey guys, I came here to cancel the show. I'm gonna blame Mook. I think it was Mook's fault because of scheduling. So now we have to postpone the show to the last Thursday in July at the Laugh Factory.
Nah.
Do we have an exact date for that, Mr. Bader?
If you guys want to pull up the last Thursday of July, and then you can see the exact date.
I just pulled a trick on you right there that Ed likes to pull on me. I knew you didn't have the date just based on your verbiage right there.
No, he had
You don't
it.
have a.
Said it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He said it. He said Thursday, and he's,
No. He had it.
He did.
Yeah. What is the date?
what's the date?
I think it's July 25th.
So he doesn't.
Danny, am I right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to make our guys look bad?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make him look bad. I was trying
Guys,
to pull
I'm
out
nervous.
Ed
Please.
for his tactics.
Nervous enough. He just
25th,
canceled the
correct.
show and everything.
Yeah. He had it.
25th is correct.
Yep.
Were you having a beard off with Dave just a little bit ago? Did I miss that?
Okay, so
Beard height.
I have big respect for people who are super hairy like me,
Yeah.
and Dave is one of them. And to see a white guy be that hairy is extremely impressive. And I was rubbing his face because I was seeing how high it goes on the cheek, and mine goes pretty high too. But I also go to an Indian lady that threads it to get it lined up.
Ooh.
I'm gonna
heard
take
that's
Dave.
like-
I'm gonna take Dave. And we're
I'll
gonna
do
record
that
it.
with you,
Good night.
but I might pussy out. I heard it hurts like hell.
It is painful.
Yeah.
What is
like
it? What
very
is threaded? Girls do it for their eyebrows. I don't really
Yeah, I
know
do it
what
for.
is.
Well,
Take the
these
tweet
brows would be
or
one
the-
if it wasn't.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah.
I've seen it done, like on YouTube and shit. You take threads and you like pull it. It is painful.
We should start using.
I didn't know you do it on your beard though. Like I didn't know people at all did it on their beard.
Well, I don't want anybody to know, but I hope nobody tells anyone. But yeah, to like line it up and then on the brows too.
We should start using anesthesia for more things, like threading eyebrows. No one wants to be awake for that. Knock me out for 25 minutes.
I've never been at
Or, like,
any
straight
point in my
local, yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never been
Local anesthesia.
happy gassed.
Really?
What?
I've never been happy gassed before.
Wisdom teeth you never got?
Never got him.
He was wide
got him
awake.
out.
Wide awake. Just in your way.
Dave's like, use a knife. He's like, use a knife and do it.
Dave did it with a fork at home.
Yeah.
Dave took an old pair of
Dig 'em in there.
pliers.
It's like that guy who lied on Oprah. Remember that guy?
Which
No.
guy?
Like a million little pieces. He like said he did it. He
Oh.
extracted his tooth.
The guy who said he was a drug addict and all
Yes.
that stuff, and he
Oh,
lied the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And he
The hell?
extracted his tooth without
what-
any.
I couldn't
painkillers.
cite one thing from the Oprah show.
That I just.
That was
I got
like
more.
A,
if you
that
knew.
was a big because he was like a best-selling author. He made
Yeah,
like millions of
yeah.
dollars off of going on the Oprah show, and everything he said was a lie.
Oh
Yeah.
I don't.
And he helped a lot of addicts and a lot of people like get out of the rut.
So it's
Yeah.
all good. All is
Yeah.
well that ends well.
But really, he was just at home, just like doing crack, being like a million little dollars for
Yeah,
more
but, like,
rocks.
What's the downside? All right, you got to move his book to the fiction section. Like,
Yeah.
all right, now it's fake.
Then he's double best time seller because he gets the fiction
Another
section.
whole
Two
other category.
genres.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, what's the? Every book can't be a New York Times bestseller. Let me just state that.
If you ever acted in a movie, it can be. It's what it seems like. Every celebrity who writes
Right?
a book goes
What-
right to the top.
is the
McConaughey had
threshold?
Greenlight or something.
Mm-hmm.
say?
McConaughey, yeah. Even like Aziz Ansari is a New York Times bestseller. You know,
Every book feels like a New York Times bestseller.
But what does
Right?
it mean? Like what?
Right?
What's the
what does
threshold?
it
How many
mean?
books? Do you
it's
need
the
to
same
sell?
as commercials being like, "This is the #1 movie in America." After another movie just claimed that 2
Yeah.
commercials ago.
Or like a hot dog stand saying "best dogs in Chicago."
Sure, world
Wow,
best cup
dude,
of
this
coffee.
is fucking
Okay.
nothing.
Is it not?
How many?
5,000
There's no
books.
way.
5,000 books.
5,000
I think I could
Don't
become a
make one.
best-selling
We can
author.
Make one right now.
Let's write a book.
I'm not kidding. I want to.
Let's write a book before the live show.
Oh,
Can we do that?
We could
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can
Cooking with
self-publish
Dave.
on
No,
Amazon.
let's just turn our live show into an audio book and then sell it, and then we
Duh,
can see
then
if it
we're
makes it too.
crushed.
Are you saying there's only 5,000 books on the New York Times bestseller
No, it
list?
says a minimum of 5,000 book sales.
Oh, you need to sell 5,000.
Yes.
To make the
Oh,
New York
I,
Times.
I thought it was 5,000 books are like in the
Yeah.
queue.
No. 5,000. That's the only thing you need to do is sell 5,000. That seems like a very low threshold to me.
Honestly, if you guys have like 80,000 some followers, you don't think you can get 5 of that? Oh, just on Instagram and
Was-
Twitter, 100,000.
Was Portnoy's Shark Book a New York Times bestseller?
Seriously,
He
it
had to
been.
have sold
Had
more
to
than
have been,
5,000. Yeah.
I would guess No.
There's got to be another loop
Because
you have to go through.
we would know if it were.
Yeah, he would not shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he probably just didn't even submit it or whatever. I feel like
Right.
and they probably hate his guts. So
they probably like blocked him. For
They
no
do.
reason.
They do selectively. Like there have been books in the last 10 years that are on like the right side of politics, where they're like, we're not going to put that on our list.
Oh,
even
really?
though it would.
The New York Times. Yeah.
Yeah.
The New York Post would have.
New York Post is awesome.
It's the best.
It's where I get all my news.
It's where I get all my Barstool news.
Yeah.
It's
New York
that's
Post.
what they do. It's great.
What's that word? Amalgamate. They just curate all of like the internet and put
Yeah.
it in one spot.
What do you think is truly the pinnacle of slimeball like publication? Is it still the
Daily,
Inquirer?
Daily Mail.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Is Inquirer around still or no?
I don't know. I haven't.
Oh.
I mean, you get the brake suit off you a million times. Like at some point, you got to be gone, right?
I feel like I only ever saw it at like grocery stores.
Yeah.
You know,
Checkout aisles.
And I don't know if I've seen one at the checkout aisle in a long time.
The Inquirer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. I haven't seen it. I mean, I haven't seen like a paper.
Are you looking? I'm looking at the Orbit gum. I'm not looking at that. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
I'm looking at the extra chocolate I could buy on the way out.
Yeah.
Impulse buy.
Self checkout probably killed the magazines because you're like waiting for people in front of you. Now you just go by yourself.
And you're just angry.
Yeah.
It's insane that TMZ still exists where they're like waiting. Paparazzi are like waiting outside of celebrities' homes. You'll see those clips every now and then. You're like, these guys are still in the bushes just waiting for Angelina Jolie to get her newspaper.
Like, imagine your resume. You're like, what can you do? Like, I hide in bushes. Like,
Really well.
I'm really sneaky.
Yeah.
With binoculars.
I love that movie. If you haven't seen it, Nightcrawler.
That was
That was
your
the-
Gyllenhaal guy. Wasn't that a question in the dozen?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite movies of the
You've
last
said that.
10 years.
I have not seen it. I do like Jake.
That's with
Gyllenhaal.
Jake, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I'm a Gyllenhaal stan.
You're on a first name basis.
Yeah, it's one of my buddies. No, he's not. I think I was kind of drunk, like eating while I was watching it, so I don't think I watched the whole film.
Ah, okay.
What is the last film you've watched, Bader?
That's a good question.
Inside Out
honest.
too.
I don't like in the movie theater.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I wouldn't remember that either. I don't know. I watched so many bad action movies on Netflix, and then I just,
You didn't see
They all blend together.
yeah.
Oppenheimer in theater?
I haven't seen Oppenheimer.
Oh, really?
No, you had me watch Barbie though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did when I did Dog Walk last year, and because you said we are going to talk about it, and then I just watched Barbie by myself at 10 in the morning to be prepared for the show, and no one talked about Barbie. Dude, it was me and like 6 dads and their kids, one grown dad who was
Go to
crying
the
by
theater
himself.
alone?
Yeah,
Oh.
in Streeterville, because I was like, I got to be prepared. The guys asked me to watch the movies, and
Dude,
never
you might,
brought it up once.
You might be on a list somewhere for that kind of
Have you ever
behavior.
called him out for this?
No, 'cause he's my friend. I don't know. I didn't want to say anything.
You called me out in text. You're like,
Yeah.
by the way, I saw the movie. You didn't bring it up once.
Yeah. Dude, and there was one guy who, okay, there's like we don't know what a pedophilia really looks like, but
Right.
there's a guy who has the look that you
Yeah,
think.
yeah, definitely.
You know, like Buscemi from
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Con Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's there. The guy's in the theater, and he's cheering, and then he's crying during the Barbie movie by himself. No one's with him. And I was like, either this guy's daughter had passed or something, or this guy is just a freak. But I'm in the theater by myself, being like,
Yeah.
Eddie better talk about this.
Luckily, he overshadowed you.
Yeah,
He had a whole
yeah,
notebook
yeah.
of notes on Barbie.
You're like, can you believe this guy over here?
I did Oppenheimer, then Barbie. I did the Barbenheimer thing, and I was in my personal Lincoln box. So
Oh, really?
I might have you beat.
What theater was that?
So there's this theater by my house. They have like a handicap section,
Mm-hmm.
and it's legitimately like an Abraham Lincoln box. Like it's like
It's kind of sick.
4 seats, and I didn't know it was a box. Like I walked into the theater regularly. I was like, "Where the fuck is my seat?" And I'm looking around. People are like kicking me out of their seats, and I look up. They're like, "Dude, you're up there. You have to take a whole elevator up and everything." And it was just like a private box. It was nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Did you get service?
No. It was just like
No one
a-
came and like gave you
No.
a little tug under the table or
I
nothing?
I wish.
Wasn't that kind of theater?
Yeah.
I don't know where he hangs out.
Yeah. Well, it could have been. It was that private.
well, now, Bader, would you like to share your thoughts on Barbie? Now you got
Overrated
the chance.
movie.
I actually heard it wasn't that bad.
Still haven't watched it.
I thought it was good. I don't think it was terrible, but I'm also not a woman, so I can't really comment on it because
Sure
they're
you
all
can.
about like women empowerment and this.
Oh,
and
God.
My sister's like, I cried. It was so good for your niece. I was like, no, it wasn't. I was like, because Barbie the whole time still has like everything out, and like every girl thinks she should look like that. Like we didn't really address all of it.
Yeah, I felt like I needed to look like Ken after that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't eat for a week.
I just didn't
work.
take it that serious though. You know, like everyone took it so literal. It's like they're making jokes about it.
Yeah.
Like it's a joke, right?
There was some like underlying tone of, is this whole movie one big inside joke to the actors? Like, do they really believe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fair.
People were on their horse about that movie, though.
Yeah.
Wild.
It was.
Speaking of movies, you hear confirmed Shrek 5, David.
No
Ooh.
way.
Yeah,
Guess that means I got to see 3 and 4.
you sure do. Bud.
Same voices they're going to keep?
Yeah,
Same
Mike
actors?
Myers and Eddie Murphy and everybody.
I believe so. Eddie Murphy for sure.
God, we have so many movie dates planned.
I thought nobody works with Mike Myers anymore. Like, they all just fucking hate his guts and are like, fuck you.
But what did he do?
He was out
that
there
they don't
killing
work with
people.
He's
See,
just the worst person to work with.
I've said this
Really?
before.
Are you confusing him with the horror movie Mike Myers?
No.
I've said this before, so I'm repeating myself, but here's the word on Mike Myers is that he's just a terror to work with. That's why he doesn't get roles anymore after his, it wasn't Zohan, it was, forget what it was, but it bombed. It was kind of his last.
Cat in the Hat.
No, was it the.
Austin Powers?
No. Where he's like.
He's like a genie or some shit.
Yeah, I know the movie you're talking
You know what movie I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. But then I heard the other side of the story, and he's just like really like passionate about his work. So he is like dying on all these hills. So for instance, in Wayne's World, they wanted to get rid of Bohemian Rhapsody from the movie, and he was like, no, that's a song. Like, we're sticking with that song. I'm not shooting the scene unless if we do that song. And he was right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
iconic.
So it's like
Very right.
it's like a choose your own adventure, you know.
Yeah.
But some
He's
goes,
probably an asshole, though.
yes. That's I
Hey, he's
mean,
probably a cunt.
Yeah.
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 Like
But-
the player that doesn't listen to the coach?
The
and his
terminal?
audibles?
Yeah.
Was it the Love Guru? Is that
The
the
Love
That's what it is.
Guru, yes,
Guru.
you know
Guru
it.
is the word I was thinking of.
Wait,
Yeah.
he was in Inglourious Bastards. What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I not remember him in
He was the.
See
He
the
was-
Bear Jew? No.
No.
the
So
Bear
the
Jew, what?
scene where they're explaining, they recruit the guy who speaks German, and he pours him a drink. I think he might be Churchill. He might play Churchill in that movie.
Wasn't Sandler supposed to be the Bear Jew?
I had heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I get mixed up on.
Did you guys watch Yellowstone?
No.
No, no
yeah.
one's watched it?
He was
Yeah.
I have.
General
So it's not coming back?
I thought it was coming back. I thought they were going to finish up like the second half, like they split season
Thought
5.
Costy's out.
Nah, I thought I saw it the other day. I am very excited. I've never heard of this as a movie before, so he's doing like this epic Western, and he's releasing it in 2 parts. So like part 1 comes out in the theaters like July 16th, and then part 2 comes out like August 25th. But it's like, I think it's a 4-hour epic Western. That's supposed to be awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be like his last movie.
Anything else from Barbie that we could review the movie earlier or later? We're always on the beat. That's it. No.
I'd have to watch it again, and I don't want to do it by myself again.
What did you think of the movie Joker?
I didn't watch it.
But sincerely, we have a bunch of movie dates coming up. We're going to see the new Joker, and then I assume we'll all see
there's a
Shrek
Joker
5.
too, Wow.
I didn't. like
Joker
the first
2,
one.
Folly Ado. It's a musical with Lady Gaga.
Really?
I might love it.
What do you guys think of movies? Should they belong in theaters still, or
Oh, yeah.
you like the idea that they come on like
It
Netflix
depends.
or other stuff?
It's nice having the option.
Because I like both.
I hate that you even asked me that.
Yeah, Eddie's got like a membership card.
Movies that belong on the big screen.
They belong on the big screen in your handicap box.
Yes.
Yeah, that you
Correct.
stole from some guy that like lost his legs.
Untrue. It says on the ticket, if they show up, you have to move. I'm okay with that.
But Eddie, we live in Chicago. It's like horrible winter. You can't get out of your driveway. Wouldn't you be happy if something came to you?
Maybe like
Checkmate.
a 3-week grace period between the theaters and at home.
I think there's a time and place.
Yeah.
And I think there's sure, if you want to make a movie like Hustle with Adam Sandler straight to movie like Netflix, fine.
But like Oppenheimer and
I want to see it at the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good action movie.
the big productions. Although I actually don't even think Oppenheimer needed to be.
Yeah, like these guys missed out on life that they didn't see Maverick on the big screen.
It'll be back there for its like 30th anniversary. I can
Yeah.
get it then.
No,
and it'll be
I
even
do
better
feel like I
technology
missed
then.
out.
Ed.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
I missed out.
Ed ducked us on that. He didn't invite us.
Wait, did that movie?
We had a plan to all see it together, and Ed went on his own.
Oh, really?
That's not true. I've seen it before. I was going to see it again.
Recluse. You didn't want to be around anybody. You just went by yourself, huh?
I do like going to movies alone.
I still have never done that.
I used to do that when I would travel for work. I would go, instead of just sitting at the hotel bar or whatever, I'd go to see a movie alone.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's better than sitting in the hotel bar.
Or just flipping through the 36 channels on whatever Hampton Inn I was staying at.
Oh, those are the worst.
I enjoy the regular scheduled TV programming, just flipping through see what I could find. Family Feud, Jeopardy, Big Tuna, Deadliest Catch.
I've been on a massive, and this is it depends on what was on my TV when I last turned it off. It'll just stay on that channel for a long time because I never watch cable anymore. But I had the first 48 on just to watch it, like background TV. Cooking dinner like a week ago. I think I've probably watched about 30 straight episodes. Or not 30 straight, but 30 episodes of the first 48 over the last 2 weeks.
How many guys did they catch?
A lot of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's getting bad, though, Danny.
Why?
Because there's just not... These networks are doing things that they know people will just attract to like flies on shit. Like MTV just trotting ridiculousness out there a million times rather than creating good shows.
It's more about the Discovery Channel, Animal Planet. You get those river monsters. I feel like you only really find those on TV. Storage Wars. Shit
I get
that.
Storage Wars is also great. It's on A&E.
Yeah. A&E has a lot of good ones too. Yeah, First 48, like Dave said.
I love it.
It brings me back to the 90s, getting
Is
home from
Pawn
school.
Stars, is it still a show?
I don't think it's still airing. I don't know if they're recording, but the old man died 5 years ago. Chumley's been in trouble. Corey's been in trouble.
Respectfully, Dave, in my head, I know he's not. I've heard William Williams is a jacked guy. Dave Hester is kind of who I envision William Williams to be.
Dave, who's that?
From Storage Wars.
Oh, I don't.
Or Daryl. Sorry, Daryl. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who wears the tank top every time.
That Daryl Bidden? Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, Daryl or Dave. I'm mixing up the two. Not the Yup guy.
Daryl's the up guy.
Yes. That's who I wanted William Williams to be, I should say.
You know what? I heard
This guy?
Yes, that's who I wanted him to be.
No, he's not that. He's not big like that. No.
I heard a good question the other day.
No, it's not him. It's the other one then.
I was casually watching Sex in the City, and she was trying to hook her friend up with a dude, and she had never met him. And she goes, "Who would play him in a movie?" So who would play William Williams in a movie?
Let's hold on. Let's
this guy? Does he look?
Yeah,
like this guy?
that's who in my head. That's who I want him to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
Dave, baby.
Yeah, with the tank top. Look at him at the bottom, with the tank top. That's who I envision. That's a guy I thought shook OJ's hand in Key West. You know?
No, you're very far off.
Real quick
He
here,
did
NASCAR.
shoot me a rest in peace OJ text the day he died.
Really?
My dad did that.
Hold on, NASCAR. NASCAR salutes concludes this weekend in Nashville. The entire race community rallies around NASCAR salutes to show appreciation and gratitude to veterans and active, brave men and women who fight to protect our country. NASCAR will be hosting troops from Fort Campbell at the race. Tune in on June 30th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Don't miss NASCAR in Music City. Tune in on Sunday, June 30th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC to watch the stars of NASCAR at Nashville Superspeedway. We're going to be there.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. We're fired up. It's going to be an awesome weekend of NASCAR.
We got back-to-back NASCAR weekends lined up.
Back-to-back, yeah. They still got tickets out there for the Chicago Street Race. Go to there. You'll be there, right, Bader? I feel like you went last year.
Yeah, I went. It was
Chicago Street Race, yeah.
I got caught in the rain, but it was awesome.
Yeah. Even with the rain, it was great.
Yes. So go to NASCAR if you're in Nashville or tune in. Like they said, NBC at 3:30 Eastern. A cool thing there, too, as well. Like they said, they're NASCAR salutes. So NASCAR, we're in. Also, while we're talking about NASCAR, I got to talk about Chevy.
Duh.
Right, Lance? We know Chevy drives Chicago, but this summer, Chevy also sails Chicago. Your local Chevy dealers want to give you and your friends a chance to win a boat charter on Lake Michigan this summer, partnered with Tailgate the Lake. You can't beat that.
Yeah, us men out here, we're rarely ever getting free invites to a boat, so it's nice that Chevy's stepping up and inviting us.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The dudes, it's time to hop online, enter this contest. Head to ChevyDriveChicago.com to enter to win. Shop around for a new SUV and locate your local Chevy dealer today. And you could end up on a boat with White Sox Dave.
Imagine that.
Make it sound like they want to win it.
So yeah, it's that simple. Go there, ChevyDriveChicago.com. Enter to win. Look out for that Colorado Silverado, the Blazer that Chief rolls around in, and the rest of the fleet. Dave Impala.
Yeah.
Davey Impala. I like Davey Impala.
Malibu, but
Malibu.
same type of car.
Dave Malibu. I like that. ChevyDriveChicago.com one more time. I'm on pins and needles to know who's William Williams. You know his dad, right? Have you ever heard the lore of his dad?
No.
There's no lore.
William Williams.
His name's William Williams.
Yeah.
Your dad's name is William Williams?
Junior. I was supposed to be the third.
What happened?
My mom said, "Fuck you."
She stepped in and she's
Yeah.
like, "We're not doing this."
Yeah.
What were some of his nicknames? Like Willie,
Bill.
Willie, or just Bill?
Yeah.
That was it. Okay.
Oh, do people call him Bill?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bill. Well, that was the other joke. I told this on the Yak not too long ago, but we were watching. It was a Cubs game. I don't think I was 10 years old. And I don't know how much baseball you watch, but you know how they have the Affleck trivia question.
Yeah.
And whatever the question was, the answer was Billy Williams. And when they said Billy Williams, I'm like, "Dad, you played for the Cubs?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Why do you hate them? Why are you Sox fans?" He's like, "They didn't pay me enough money." So for like a solid chunk of my early adolescence, I thought my dad was a baseball player. It turns out Billy Williams was a black man from the 60s that was much older than my father.
Yep.
When did your dad break? Were you like 17?
I think I just figured it out eventually, but as time wore on. But yeah, so there's a picture of my dad with his high school buddies. He's got it in his basement still. He had a legit Afro puff.
Really?
Like a Bob Ross Afro puff. Have you ever met you haven't met him enough, but the Furcos, they have this exact same type of hair. Like it's like Velcro on their head.
The audience knows.
Well,
Fine.
he knows.
Well,
to give him a descriptor so he could maybe describe it.
So what would it be like? So we were at Billy Joel on Friday when they showed old school Billy Joel, like that kind of hair.
Similar to that, yeah.
Okay.
Similar to that.
I think Bob Ross paints a picture.
Yeah, Bob Ross.
Oh,
But
nice.
Not
There you go.
not quite that big.
Yeah, Bob
but-
Ross's was huge.
But yeah, he had like curly as fuck hair.
You call him Dad or Bill?
Depends on how much he's pissed me off that day.
So we going with
Maybe
like
a
a John
William.
C. Riley here, or
Interesting.
He's not bald though.
John C. Riley's got the
Riley's not
fro.
bald.
He's
Yeah,
like
I know.
He's like the Furcos.
yeah? Furcos.
No, not.
What did you
Yeah,
say?
that's not too far off.
That's not bad.
That's not too far off.
So that's how his hair is still.
Not. He.
Eddie's trying to do one of those
Yeah,
police
I know.
sketches.
I know. In
Find
his
him
head,
out.
I know what he's doing.
Would you say John C. Riley's hair is like the Furcos, Bader?
It's actually kind of like Bader's a little bit.
Yeah.
Got some curls.
You actually got some nice volume, and I'm kind of jealous.
Oh, you're gonna do it. You're gonna get there
Yeah.
because
Go-
you
Did you
get it
guys
done?
have a big plan of turkey.
Yeah.
Did you get it done?
No.
Oh.
But I'm saying you have a plan though, right?
Wait, did you? That's all natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice head of hair.
That's
right there.
awesome.
Thanks.
Hey.
You can pull it later.
Hopefully. Probably not, but hopefully.
That's
That's the
good.
goal.
That's good stuff.
So when do you go? Do you know?
No, we're pitting a bunch of different Turkish companies against each other.
I love
to get
that.
the lowest deal.
I love it. Just in time for them to screw up your hairline.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is not going to work.
Why isn't it going to? No, you just don't want it to work because if
That's also true. I
Yeah.
don't want it to work. I like.
Chief has great hair, so
Thank you. But I do love the pictures of Dave when his hair gets crazy. So
yeah.
yeah,
I think your hair will still get crazy. Like whenever we're referencing your hair, it's never about the baldness. It's about like your bangs.
No, it's
but it won't. His bangs won't be that long
because it'll have volume.
that was me just playing a basketball game and I threw a hat on my head. That was hat hair. And
I understand. It
Yeah.
still looked ridiculous and funny.
sure.
Yeah, right.
But
yeah, but
that-
if you get new hair, you'll never you won't.
You can take a still shot from any conversation that's ever been had in history, and someone will look crazy in that conversation just based off of a still shot of their mouth moving.
I don't know. Like your bangs were so disproportionate to the rest of your hair. It was what made it funny. Like that.
right.
I don't know what happened. You were on like a Kelsey Grammer like bad streak of hair photos. There was the one with Danny pulled a dick move. There was that one, and then there was the basketball game.
Yeah, you never really lash out at Danny for that, to my knowledge.
I let things fester, and then they
Yep.
just all.
It wasn't.
explode.
You didn't look bald there though. That's what I'm saying. Your hair was just looking crazy. Like you could have no bald spot, and I think people would still have the same reaction.
But I don't think he would let that part of his hair grow that long if he had a better hairline in front. Is my point. So
No, that has nothing to do.
See,
With it. That has nothing to do with it.
okay, then I'm wrong.
That is me just playing a basketball game, and I threw a hat on my head, and it happened to, without a mirror or anything, it just happened to look bad. That wasn't because I let my hair grow out because of my bad hairline or anything.
All right, then I'm wrong.
so you will still have those hair photos post turkey, Chief.
All right, I don't.
Well, it's going to take like 12 months.
Well, that's the other thing. Hat head's a thing. Like,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm not wearing hats, if my hair's all voluminous and voluptuous and thick and creamy,
I think there's a turkey. There's a
then
turkey
it
place
won't look
in
like
Turkey.
that.
There's a head place in Turkey.
How often do you think about your life?
Never.
No.
Only when it's brought up 1,000 times a day.
It seems like
So
you're
you feel attacked.
fantasizing about it there.
I feel like we don't really talk about it though.
You guys talk about
Other shows do
it more
than us.
It's
Definitely.
Other
this
shows
office
do,
talks
right?
about it.
Oh yeah, but not.
Yeah, not your friends.
No.
I don't have great hair. I don't. I don't discriminate you. There's nothing you could do about it.
There is something I can do about it. I'm doing it.
Are you bringing Ed on this trip?
No,
You're just gonna let him be
it's
the
not.
lone.
It's not my call, really.
You're gonna try to get on this trip?
Yeah, I'll fucking try.
Yeah, Ed, you love Turkey.
Yeah. Have you been?
Yeah, I went to Istanbul and Bodrum for a wedding 5 years ago.
I'd love to go to Turkey.
How is Istanbul?
Well, I probably shouldn't have stayed there because it was during the time where ISIS was blowing everything up.
Yeah.
But our wedding party that we were in said, like, they were Turkish and they said, we'll be fine. We'll go to the areas. It was beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of history. It was very, very cool. And then it's also very cool how it's in the middle of, like, in
World.
Middle East and Europe. It's like the center of everything.
It's like the, I don't know.
Crossroads.
Yeah,
of
civilization kind
Yeah.
of started there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome. I mean, you're gonna love it because I think my friends who've gone, they go for like 4 days and they see the sights and they do all that stuff and then they do the surgery.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
assume we're
I'd
gonna
like
be
to.
doing-
Can I come for that?
How many friends do you know that have done
I
it?
have a lot of friends. I mean, and I'm at a point in my life. I'm 29 where a lot of people are getting their hair done.
They just made a spring break trip out of it.
Adult spring break.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard that's what it's like though. Like they put you up in a resort.
Yeah,
like,
like-
have a good time.
Like a all-inclusive, like Cancun.
Yeah,
resort.
Yeah.
Why? So why can't I go?
And a nurse checks on you every day. Like, you don't have that here. Like,
Yeah, you're not. I don't.
Are you sure you didn't get it done?
no, but I know. I mean, like I said, at my age, a lot of people
Get it
are
done.
getting it.
Why? You seem like you don't believe him.
His
Yeah,
hair's-
he knows
his
a
hair's
lot
too
about the
good?
procedure.
The
Well, yeah. I mean, I've.
I know.
If it was up to me, I'd get my hairline down
I don't
here
think I
and
know
would dye
anybody.
my hair
who-
jet black.
Well, Mush got it.
You'd have the Drake.
Who got it?
Mush got it.
Marty. Yeah, but he didn't go to Turkey for it.
No. He did it here.
Yeah.
did it work?
Well, that's
Like,
the thing.
there's
It's
a
not like you just come
process.
back with a ton of hair.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like a year.
Loading.
Yeah.
Ian Haps look pretty
It
good.
does. It does.
Riggs-
Obviously,
Riggs look pretty
Urlacher's.
good.
Riggs looks great.
Yeah.
Riggs looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Urlacher, obviously,
Mhm.
he's the poster boy for it. So
Yep.
yeah.
And Dave, your boss, he got it. He looks.
I don't
Yes,
think
he
he
got-
got this
He
one.
just
though.
got the crown though.
He got a different thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing the whole shave.
I'm doing.
He's doing the Landon Donovan,
Oh wow.
right?
I don't
Isn't
know.
that Where they take it from the back.
Yes.
and put it
Yes.
up on
Yes.
the top.
Yeah.
Is that what he
Yeah.
did?
Yeah. You saw that picture, right?
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
picture.
I think we talked about that. No.
Well, then I was wondering. Like,
Well, yeah,
that's what he
because
did. He had a whole strip of the back of his head.
Yeah. Dave was getting nuked for that.
No. That's what I thought Portnoy got. They like take a strip like a scalp basically.
No, but
Oh,
they
no,
still
no,
they
no.
take the donor hair from the back, so he was
Yeah.
bald there. That's why it looked all
Yeah,
fucked up in there.
he should have fucking just shaved it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Marty's is gonna keep because he wears a hat. I don't think you're supposed to wear a hat for a while after it, like a long.
So
while.
you're
I
not
think
gonna
he
wear a
said
hat.
he.
I don't think so.
Oh god.
That will be
Just bandages.
That'll be the worst
that
part.
will
of
be
my
jarring.
You might have to take like 3 weeks off because isn't it like? Don't you have like all the? It's like what's it called? The ugly duckling.
Yeah,
phase?
it
My
is.
buddy who did it had like he came back to work with like a do rag like 7 days later.
Right.
I'll wear a do rag.
I think you should come right to the office after.
Prison Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Procedure.
Oh yeah, a nice bandana.
Yeah.
You could rock that.
I'll just fake cancer like you did.
Oh, did you? Are you okay?
Oh, White Sox
I'm good now.
bandana would be fucking awesome.
Speaking of hair,
He wanted to meet the fucking Office cast, so he faked having leukemia.
I went through 3 years of chemo for
One day.
fake.
One fucking
Wanna
long
make
con,
a
right?
wish.
It worked, dude.
Did it work?
Got him, yeah.
Speaking of which, you know what my favorite part about Danny is?
What?
He's got a permanent colic. Do you know that?
I know, dude. You're a handsome guy.
Dude, he's like,
Luckily, it's here though. I can comb it over.
That's
I'll
what I
ta-
have,
I'll take
too.
this. As, yeah.
Yeah.
do you? Yeah, but yours is not as.
He's got thicker hair. Than
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Your
That
whole
shit-
family like that, Danny?
Yeah.
The permanent colic.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shout out to the brother. Didn't he just get engaged?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Bachelor party? Where
We'll
was
have
it?
to. He's making the most of his colic. He's going for the middle part. So
Oh,
Wow.
all right.
That's aggressive.
yeah.
You
Is it
said
like still?
you said you'd love to
elevates-
what?
Huh?
You were gonna say you'd love to what?
I think you're playing Mad Libs with me right now.
Oh,
I didn't say
sorry.
that.
I thought I heard you say
I
that.
thought Bader said it.
Oh, sorry.
Why is that your favorite part about me? There's so many other great things to choose from.
I don't know. Just not many people have that in their arsenal of fastballs.
40%
Yeah.
of the people in the room have it.
Yeah, but yours isn't like his, Chief.
I mean, it's a permanent colic. That's why I part my hair the way I do.
Yeah, gotta go that way.
Chief's about to go to Turkey too, just to double down.
You remove my colic.
Yeah, I don't think Chief's allowed.
I've always wanted to go to Turkey. I just want to go to Turkey.
Is it dangerous?
I mean, I'm not like the Middle East correspondent, but
Yeah, stop
You
trying to.
kind of are. You're the only guy we know from the Middle East.
I was told that it's a lot better than it was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. Erdogan
So it's
threw
not
everyone in
as
jail.
dangerous. A lot of more people are going. I'm sure like anywhere else, like if you go to like Cancun, you can make it dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could do
yeah.
stupid shit.
What about southern Turkey right on the border of Iraq? The Kurds.
My mom was Kurdish.
How's that going?
Well, she's here in America now, so I think we're in the clear.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know if you'd go to any border. Like, what if you
Yeah.
went to the border town of Mexico?
El Paso?
Is it Turkey right by Mykonos?
Yeah, it's by Greece.
Yeah, it's right by
Yeah,
Greece.
yeah.
It's by a lot of places. I mean, it's by Greece,
You ever
by
seen,
Iraq, by Iran.
You ever seen the movie Troy?
No,
Brad Pitt?
no.
I didn't think it was very good.
I didn't think so either, but I was trying to give him a point of reference. They sailed from Greece across to Turkey.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Have you been to Mykonos?
No, I actually went to Europe, kind of for the first time a month ago.
Where'd you go?
Oh, really?
So I went. I did shows in London, and then I did a show in Rome.
Oh, fuck, you were working?
Yeah, I can't like go somewhere for an extended period of time without trying to do shows.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that was even possible. You could just be like, hey,
You just like DM them, and like the London clubs, like my friends knew like London club owners and stuff. So I met like a bunch of big UK comedians. It was fun. I'm gonna go back for the Bears game.
Oh,
Like,
no.
I'm gonna
wanna
headline
go
in
so
London
fucking
during that
bad.
time.
That's going to be awesome.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be sweet.
You guys should go.
Just
you guys
London,
get
though?
content out of it. No, I went to.
Can I open for you?
Yeah, please. You should. I mean, we're all going to in a month because Mook canceled the date. But I went to Rome. I went to Paris. I went to Milan. And then my buddies got married in Ravello, Italy, which is like a southern small town in Italy.
Nice.
So I went to his wedding, and that was fun. It was a bunch of like people I went to college with, and it was a great time. So I was there. It was the longest I've ever been gone. It was like 2.5 weeks.
damn, that's a good trip, though.
But Rome is like way better than people say, because a lot of Americans I think when we travel, obviously if you've studied abroad, like this negates that, but like you think, oh, London's boring. You can only spend like 2 days there, 3 days there. But if you have enough time, like London was awesome.
I love
Rome, I could be at Rome for like 2 weeks. There wasn't like enough to see. Like, I mean, you couldn't stop seeing different things.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Rome, the Vatican, and all that.
Yeah, the Vatican was so cool.
I just got back a month ago or so too.
Oh yeah, you were in Germany, right?
Germany to Austria to Switzerland to France to Belgium to Germany.
Okay, so tell me about you.
And I came back and I'm like, I got to get back over there. It was like there was so much more I wanted to see the second I got back. So I
wonder if they feel that way about America.
I would think they do.
Dude, there's a lot here.
There is.
there's so much.
America is
It's a
great.
sweet fucking country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Great America.
Great America. You're right. Shout out to the Munich Stoolies one more time.
You had some Munich stoolies? That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you went to London or no?
No, I had like a 6-hour layover at Heathrow, but no.
Have you guys been to London?
I have.
Mm-mm.
I loved it.
It's probably my favorite city.
It was so clean, so walkable. And then like they're like, "Hey, we're going to Notting Hill." I was like, "All right, cool." And it's just like all these bars. I felt like I was in Old Town.
Great.
And I was there for the first day that their weather broke, kind of like Chicago, like when our
Yeah.
first 16 sunny day.
Oh shit!
It was
Everybody's
insane.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest takeaway I have, and it's boring, but the food was so much fucking better in every single way, I thought. And I don't know if that's the same for London, because it's English speaking. I don't know if that is just my dumb brain telling me it should be different.
They have world-class restaurants there.
No,
It's
of
like one of the
it's-
capitals of the world.
It's
Like
one of the capitals of the
yeah.
world, and it's one of the most diverse places
Yeah,
on the
now,
entire planet.
yeah.
But like, we would walk into produce marts in like Hodunk towns in Switzerland and shit. And
Oh, that's cool.
The food, like the peppers and the strawberries, they looked so much different than what we have out here. They looked so much fresher, and it's like indescribable.
Yeah, here they just like put the vaccine in it.
Yeah, yeah. Grow until I
These are
tell you not
Pfizer
to.
strawberries.
How many times have you been to Cancun?
I have been to Cancun.
You a dual citizen?
I'm probably dual citizen. I've probably been there like 15 times.
15 times.
There was like 5 years where we were traveling spring breakers there. We 1,300 kids.
Yeah.
That was when I was in my because I'm 29 now, and that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a family out there?
You might.
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
What's your favorite place down there?
We stayed at the Hyatt Ziva was a great hotel because it was like a family hotel, but we stayed there and there was like they had ice cream trucks, and then you got to feel kind of bad that there was like dolphins in like an Olympic size pool, but that
Dave
was
loves
cool.
that.
I hate that.
There's a El Surf burrito place in Cancun that's like by their hotel row, and it's like a super small like taco stand. They had the best shrimp burritos, like shrimp tacos I've ever had.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay.
Good. Hey, Lance, DraftKings. Get ready for a night full of big fights and big action. It's UFC 303, and it can be even bigger. Jump in on all the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a fighter to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your fighter, and place your first bet. It's that simple. The light heavyweight title is on the line in the main event, but there are also so many more amazing matchups happening in Vegas. And speaking of amazing, if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code MID. That's code MID for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Get that big fight feel only on DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. What do you think of Skunks, Bader?
While we're on topic,
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if I'm smelling a skunk or I'm smelling something like the distinct
weed?
smell. Yeah, like or if it's not weed, like you know how the sewer systems of like some neighborhoods or somewhere like will back up the septic tanks or something. So I can't tell the difference.
When was the last
I've
time
only
you saw a skunk?
Seneca, Illinois, 11 years old when I was in my friend's trailer park.
See?
What season was it? Do you remember? Was it summer? Was it-
Maybe end of summer.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, he was outside, so it makes sense.
Well, just saying.
Yeah.
Why do skunks? Are there certain months you just never see them?
Eddie picked skunks in the worst parts of the summer draft this week.
He also picked 2 melted cheese.
No.
Yeah.
So listen.
Not cicadas. You pick skunks.
I picked Skunks, yeah.
Do you see skunks often?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
He's
Yeah.
never seen a skunk
Weird,
in his
dude.
life.
How many times in your life have you seen a skunk?
I can't wait to
There's
see
a lot.
That's-
There's
that's
a lot
what
where
I
we
said.
grew up.
Thank you.
There's a lot where we
Wow.
grew up. Nord Park, Edison Park has a
Yeah.
lot of
Really?
skunks.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
it's
How about
right
you,
right by
Scott?
Superdog. There's a forest
Oh.
reserve. Like there's a lot.
I grew up in the suburbs, though, like on a forest reserve, basically, so I'd see him regularly.
Oh,
My
okay,
dog
see.
got skunked. My dad's got a 50-foot rope that he bought that he just leaves in his garage for when the dogs get skunked. He hooks them up and he gives them the 50-foot leash and walks them to the vet or whatever.
What do you do when your dog gets skunked?
I don't know.
Oh my! Can you bring in the 50-foot leash someday? This is like
It's legitimately a rope. He just bought a
really.
rope.
Oh, I was like, this is like a mythical item
He,
now.
fucking dogs got skunked again.
He's talking about it like it's Indiana Jones' whip. Like
Yeah, no,
it's just
not. It's just a
you
rope.
are. It's just a rope. It's a rope.
But it's a specific rope when Guinness gets skunked, so it makes sense though. Also,
Your obsession with Dave is getting.
It's weird.
I don't think it's weird.
We should put you on my strange obsession.
Ed, I'm here to tell you I'm very uncomfortable.
No, you're not.
I am.
No.
His dad puts on his old uniform from when he played professional sports.
How do you have any control over a 50-foot
You don't.
Like, there's no lag.
It's following the car at this point. It's like
You don't.
the dog's running after the car, like tied up to the back.
It's like, where's a dog? It's a couple blocks away. Don't worry, though. It's not going anywhere.
Keep the smell out. We had possums and raccoons. Tons of possums and raccoons.
You grew up in Hinsdale, right?
Yeah, like
So you
Willowbrook,
grew up-
Hinsdale.
Yeah,
area.
you grew up out towards me.
Yeah.
But I was, like, I grew up, do you know what Fermilab is? I grew up
Fermilab,
legitimately
no.
bordering it.
Okay.
It's a
They have,
gigantic
like,
prairie.
bison and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
So they have all sorts of wildlife out
Okay.
there. So it would trickle into where I grew
What?
up.
Can I refine my foods melting take?
Sure.
Okay. So worst parts about summer, I drafted melting food. Like ice cream, obviously it sucks when it melts, or like then the food's out too long and it like goes bad because it's in the heat for too long. I should have just said keeping food and beverages cold, because when the ice goes out, that sucks. Like, that's a very real problem. Like, when your drink gets too hot, that's a
Yeah,
problem.
you took your cheese is too melted.
Yeah, because
That was absurd.
And people like melted cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better
There's
melted.
no such thing.
nah,
as
but
too
you don't
melted cheese.
you don't like cheese baked in the heat for 3 hours. That's a different cheese.
Yeah, like the picnic sandwiches, where you leave them out and you're like, mom's already put mayo on it and stuff. So like
Yes.
it destroys.
Yes.
Sure, but very
Yes.
easily preventable.
Thank
Like,
you,
why
baby.
are you deciding to have a
Thank
sandwich
you.
the third hour in?
Your ham
Yeah.
and cheese
Sure,
sub
good
turns
point.
into a hot ham and cheese that you didn't want.
But it like
Don't
And it
eat
can make you sick.
a cheese sandwich
Yes.
is almost just as gross if it's 3 hours old, melted or not.
Also true.
It's a hot ham
Ed,
and
can you
cheese.
just say your pick stunk?
No. I'm Bader.
I get it.
I wish you were here.
I've been there.
You
Yeah.
say specifically cheese or
Has
food?
Bader ever done a draft?
I don't think so.
No, I haven't.
We
I'd
should
love
have
to.
you do a draft.
Yeah.
We should do it before the.
Yeah, of you and Mook.
Maybe
Who do you
we'll-
think's the funniest stand-up comedian ever? Go.
Like dead or alive?
Yeah.
Well,
all
this
time.
draft isn't out yet.
Yeah, the draft's not out yet, so we
Oh,
can't get
okay.
too into it. but-
I think Richard Pryor is definitely up there, and I think the voice right now that I listen to the most, that I think is the best, is Bill Burr.
Okay. Good.
Pretty chalky, but I'll accept.
But chalk is chalk for a
Yeah,
reason.
yeah, it's true. What do you think of Jim Jeffries? Have you seen Alcoholocaust?
No, but I saw his special 4 or 5 years ago. He's great. I mean, he's a prolific writer, super interesting guy. One of his guys who used to tour with him, one of his good friends, I opened for a weekend, and he told me a lot about Jim, and it was like, I was like, wow, I didn't know he works that hard. So I mean, he works like Kevin Hart hard.
Now, how when you are like, is it a constant hamster wheel spinning for you? Like you're constantly thinking of new jokes, or like, oh, how can I make that situation funny? Or is it like, now I'm gonna sit down and write, and then once I'm done writing, I turn it off?
I kind of get an idea, and then in the morning I'll try to like sit in front of my computer and write a little bit, and then I want to go right to the stage and like work on that. But lately, because of the internet, like obviously you have to work on your act, and when you're on the road, like refine your hour. But the showcase sets around town where I'll do 7 or 8 a week is your landmarks, your best material.
Yeah.
But it's also, I've weaved in the audience, talking to them a little bit, and sometimes it's a gift, sometimes it's not. But recently I've tried, I'm not a current event comedian, I'm not a political satire guy, but I've tried to comment a lot on the news, New York Post, like silly stuff, because people really want to hear that. So I would say like 70% is working on the real hour. Like I want to record a special before the end of the year, but the rest of that is just like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because that's like fun to the audience. Like they want to hear about like what's happening now too.
Yep.
Have you ever actually offended someone where you're like, oh shit, maybe I should have left that one in the?
Oh, all the time. When I middled for my buddy Amir in Naples last July, there was a lady who I ended up putting it online, but she said you need to stop, and I just said, and she was like an 80-year-old lady. I said, what? She's like, no, like your life is sad, and when I was your age, my life was bright. She's like, you should just stop this forever.
Damn.
That's kind of harsh.
Yeah, 83-year-old lady who was wasted, and her like kids in their mid-60s were laughing. They're like, sorry, like our mom was drunk.
Tough.
That is tough. Tough crowd. Was that at Zany's?
It was at Naples at Off the Hook Comedy Club. It's called. maybe one of the most difficult clubs in the country, and it's like 90
It's
people
filled with 80-year-old women.
Yeah, it's like 90. It's like 90 people
Naples.
over 65.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was like, "Why are you guys here in July? It's 100 degrees. You should all be dead." And it was difficult. The good part about the club is we had unlimited food, and they had really good seafood. So we would take like lobster and filet to go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's sweet. Perks of being a
very
Florida
good.
guy.
Perks, yeah. And it was temperature controlled, Ed. So
Good.
don't worry.
Love that.
Good.
No melting
Love
cheese.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. He asked because we have a draft coming out in a couple weeks. We did Funny People with Francis and Sass,
Okay.
and it was one stand-up, one actor/actress, one politician, one athlete, and then one dead person.
Wow.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
There's just
Yeah,
20
it's hard to think of all those too.
and just 25 people is not enough.
Yeah.
There's so
And
many.
we were stretching for the politicians after Donald. Donald's the funniest.
He's the funniest. I mean, it sucks that our show got canceled, but like that debate is that night.
Yeah.
It's that night. That's that. I was.
And that's
kind of glad it got canceled.
I know.
because he's
For some
so
reason-
funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was this Wednesday coming up. We had to be
Yeah.
there, and I'm like, perfect. I got Wednesday, Thursday, and then the weekend.
Yeah.
And when I talked to Nick, I'm like, yeah, I'm pumped for Wednesday, and he's like, you mean Thursday? I'm like, is it actually? Fuck, because it's gonna be must-watch TV.
Where are you guys? Are you guys gonna watch it like at your house?
I'm gonna be parked on my couch and just
Okay.
like absorbing every word that it's gonna be chaos.
Danny, what do you think? Where are you gonna watch it?
I'm gonna have a couple buddies over, bring some appetizers.
Get some Miller Lite, some Portillo's, a
Mm-hmm.
nice Portillo spread.
So we have Nick on Dog Walk tomorrow because we were promoting the show and everything. That won't make sense when it comes out tomorrow, but it's fine. But
Had to add in that disclaimer.
yes, we literally said we're like when we come up from our set, we'll just be like, all right, guys, welcome in here. Let's toss it to this debate because I mean that's gonna be funnier than anything we could do.
I think if you don't even follow politics, people want to watch it. It's like a boxing match.
Yeah. But it's, we talked about all those funny moments. He puts the Halloween candy on the minion, and he's shooting the paper towels. Like, he's just objectively a ridiculous and hilarious person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he called Marco Rubio during the first debates,
That's exactly
little
what he was-
Marco.
Yeah. Little Marco, and then they try to make fun of his hands. He's like, my hands are fine, and so is everything else. All good in that department. So he's just like talking. President of the United States talking about
He
his
just
own
got
dick.
done ripping on Ted Cruz's wife for being ugly, and
Yeah.
then 2 minutes later, Ted Cruz is giving him an endorsement. Everything about it was just it's gonna be biblical.
Do
I
you
can't wait.
do you do stuff at Second City?
Yeah, well, I studied there, for, improv. I went through their program, their acting program.
Do they have like stand-ups though? Like how does that process work for them?
They had a club called Up Comedy Club, which they would bring for a while, like 9 years ago, they're bringing in headliners, and then they realized they could make way more money doing improv.
Yeah.
Because if you bring in a big guy from out of town, he gets the door. So he'll make like 80%, 90%. You got to pay for his travel. Versus they just had these improvers that they could pay $200 each, and it was selling out. So they pivoted for that profit thing, which sucks. It was a fun club.
Yeah.
Like in-house improvers, like from their farm system.
Yeah, because there's the ETC stage, there's the main stage, and then they have the Up Comedy Club stage. So the main stage in ETC sells out 2 shows a week, 7 days a week. And you're like union actor like on that stage. That's kind of the ones that SNL comes and watches. But then there's the touring co, and if they're off the boats, like the boats they do where the cruises, then they go to that Up stage too.
Would you ever be a cruise comedian? Maybe
if I had
earlier
any
in the
money,
career?
it's possible. One, they get paid really well. The problem is Dennis Leary had a really funny thing about it. He said, or Dennis Miller, he said the problem is if you bomb one night, which is possible if you're doing 14 shows, like 2 shows a night, you bomb one night. He's like, you're on a cruise ship with those people for the rest of the week. He's like, you hope it's the last night that you bomb.
Good point.
Because you go to eat, you go to work out, whatever.
Yeah.
They're right there, and they're looking at you, and you know that face.
So you have to have how many different acts then for 2 weeks? Because it's the same people coming, right?
Yeah, but there's some of those ships are big enough where like you pre-sign up for the show, so like 200
it.
people. You're not
yeah.
doing like all 2,000 people on the
Yeah.
cruise ship.
Do you get a flat rate no matter what, or you still
So
have
the guys were telling me that do cruise ships. They said cruise ships in colleges, they said would pay the most, but then a lot of us were like, that's where you go to die. But you get paid a lot. Some guys were getting like $5,000 a week
Oh,
to live on
wow.
a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Wow.
And some guys, when you can't get booked, you go to a cruise ship for like 3 months, make your rent, make your money, and then you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear some guys doing it for like a year. That's
And you get addicted
absurd.
because the money's so good. Some guys are like, I don't have a family. I'll just
That's
go
like
all over on the
Sweet
Caribbean.
Life of Zach and Cody. You're living on a cruise ship. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's worth it.
I actually saw this was this morning in between the show and 0 Block 30 that Chief and I did. It was this chick saying how, like, if you have a husband, in her case, and 2 kids, it costs me about $7,500 a month to live with mortgage, car payment, cable, blah blah blah. And on a cruise ship, you can live there with the exact same family for $5,000, or not on a cruise ship, like at an all inclusive resort and shit. So I'm like, huh.
That's actually really. I didn't even think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
That's
did all
super
the math in like a 30-second reel.
A travel blog, and you're just living with your family in Cancun.
Cruise on the Disney cruise.
It's a racket. Mortgages.
Yeah.
It's so
Right.
expensive.
What's the interest rate right now? Do you know?
7.3,
Seven.
is it?
Yeah. It's supposed to come down.
It'll go to like 13%. So.
They'll move it right before the election, I'm sure.
I hope so, man. 7's fucking brutal. Brutal.
Yeah, in the 80s, it was like.
National average is
Crazy.
696.
It was like
right now.
13.
That's what my dad was telling me, yeah.
Yeah.
But then it was like 15% for like savings accounts.
Yeah.
National average is what, Dave?
696.
Oh.
Oh, nice number.
Real nice. All right, then. We could wrap this up. Anything else, guys?
See you guys July 25th, Thursday at the Laugh
Yeah.
Factory.
Mhm.
We're going to put it
Everybody
out for
be there.
tickets. Everyone be there. These guys are going to work on their act.
Yep.
I was already working on my material.
Yeah, Dave had some really stellar stuff, which now I'm glad I have a month to prepare.
Sounded like Trump wrote it, actually.
Yeah.
Why did
No reason.
Danny's going to perform too because I had to beg him. He wasn't interested before.
It's not true, but I'll perform.
All right, then. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. Bader, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Or we'll see you Thursday. Sorry.
Da